Once upon a time, in a cheerful home, the decorations for even more Mummy's Day were bursting with joy. There were bright, eco-friendly balloons floating all around and a colorful daisy chain made with love by the children. These delightful elements made everything feel so festive and happy. As the sun shone brightly, the family joined together for some fun activities. They prepared a yummy breakfast cake and got busy decorating the house. This joyful time showed just how much love and creativity they shared, highlighting the special bond of family during celebrations. Then, it was time for Mummy Pig to receive a giant card filled with hearts and smiles. She gleefully wanted a big family squish, reminding everyone of how important it is to stick together and share love. These sweet moments created magical memories that would last a lifetime. But what's a celebration without a few playful challenges? They giggled as they tackled the pit of smells and raced to collect shiny gems. These exciting tasks sparked their creativity and imagination during playtime, making every moment filled with fun and laughter. The trusty vacuum mobile zoomed into action, playing a special role in their adventure. It showed how teamwork could make any task easier and reminded everyone of the importance of keeping their space clean while having loads of fun. As the day went on, Peppa and George discovered something wonderful. They loved playing real-life games much more than screen time. This realization opened their eyes to the joy of physical play and spending time with family, making their hearts smile. Next came a vibrant and lively game where everyone danced and froze like statues. This energetic activity filled the room with laughter and joy, encouraging everyone to be creative and have fun together as a family. Peppa excitedly wished for Daddy Pig to join in on all the fun, showing just how important togetherness is during special times. Their playful interactions were filled with giggles and love, creating precious memories they would cherish forever. Oh, and then came the colorful paint party. It was a fantastic celebration of spring and the beauty of family connections. With everyone joining in, every splash of paint made the experience even more enjoyable and unforgettable. Now, let's talk about the delightful fondue. It was a special dish where everyone dipped tasty treats into melted cheese, making it a fun and interactive dining experience. This playful meal brought everyone closer together, filling their hearts with happiness. George, with his playful spirit, turned the fondue into a hilarious adventure. He accidentally created a messy game that made everyone burst into laughter, showing just how important it is to have fun and share joyful moments with family. Finally, the transition to chocolate fondue added a sprinkle of excitement. Everyone's eyes sparkled as dessert made the meal even more delightful and fun, especially for the children, keeping the laughter alive and bright. Once upon a time, in a cheerful little village, there was a special event called the relay race. Here, children teamed up with their parents, working together to achieve a common goal. The excitement in the air reminded everyone how wonderful it is to support one another and be a team. Now, imagine a sunny day where boys and girls gathered for a tug-of-war game. With laughter and shouts, the boys and girls faced off against each other, having fun and showing off their strength. This playful competition taught them about being good sports and finding joy in friendly rivalries. As the sun shone bright, the children set off on adventurous journeys filled with imagination. They created magical worlds, fostering their creativity and finding clever ways to solve problems. Through their lively play, they grew smarter and made wonderful new friends. In the heart of this fun-filled village, Peppa took charge of helping her Daddy Pig get fit. She suggested doing exercises like press-ups, cheering him on every step of the way. It showed everyone just how important it is to support our families on their own adventures of health. While Daddy Pig worked hard to exercise, Peppa and her little brother George had a task of their own. They prepared a delicious lunch together, showing how family activities could be just as fun as getting fit. They laughed and played, making the day even brighter. But oh my, Daddy Pig faced some funny challenges, like the loud exercise bike that made silly noises. These giggles reminded everyone that even though getting fit can be tough, it can be packed with joy and laughter. One day, Peppa was a little scared of a spider. But with a little help and encouragement from her loving family, she grew brave and faced her fear. This sweet moment showed everyone just how important it is to support each other, especially when overcoming scary things. Mummy Pig noticed Peppa's worries and gently reassured her and George about spiders. With her warm words, she reminded them that grown-ups can guide children through fears, helping to build their courage and confidence. With newfound bravery, the children engaged in imaginative play by serving tea to Mr. Skinnylegs, the friendly spider. This delightful game helped them explore their feelings and fears through the magic of play. Then, Grampy Rabbit enchanted everyone with his story of adventures to the moon. His tale sparked the curiosity of all the children, inspiring them to dream big and think about the wonders of space exploration and all the magic the universe holds. Space rockets, each exhibit a treasure of knowledge. It was a day that reminded everyone just how important educational trips can be for little learners who are curious about the world around them. Now, one funny thing about Pedro was that he often dozed off at the silliest times. After their museum adventure, when it was time to hop back onto the bus, Pedro had fallen asleep. This caused giggles and laughter among his friends, showing how playful and lovable he truly was as they tried to wake him up for the ride home. Then came a thrilling moment when the children decided to go treasure hunting. As they dashed around, their imaginations ran wild, and teamwork shined bright. They worked together to dig and explore, creating stories of bravery and adventure as they uncovered hidden treasures during their playful escapades. As they searched, the children stumbled upon old photographs, which sparked delightful memories and stories from the past. They were amazed to learn about their families and how they grew up. These little stories helped them see that they were a part of something much bigger, a wonderful family history that filled their hearts with warmth. Meanwhile, Peppa and her dear friend Susie sat together, sharing sweet memories about their childhood. They giggled and reminisced, knowing that the friendship they formed when they were younger would last forever. It was a beautiful reminder of how special friends can be and how they stay in our hearts through thick and thin. One sunny day, the friends decided to race. George zoomed ahead, feeling like a champion. But suddenly, oh dear, a wheel fell off his car. What a twist. This funny moment showed that in a race, anything can happen, and made everyone cheer for him even more. Fortunately, George had a brilliant chief mechanic who jumped in to help fix the car. Together, with their teamwork, they worked fast. This moment was a fantastic way to show how important it is to work together and solve problems, especially when challenges pop up during the race. After a nail-biting comeback, guess what? George won the race. Hooray! The cheers and claps from his friends and family filled the air, making him feel like the happiest racer in the world. It was a joyful celebration that showcased how victory is even sweeter when shared with loved ones. With smiles on their faces, the family boarded an airplane, buzzing with excitement for their vacation ahead. Peppa and George quickly found their seats by the window, their little hearts bubbling with anticipation as they gazed out, ready for a brand new adventure in the sky. When they reached a picturesque spot by the river for a lovely picnic, Peppa and her family delighted in tasty treats. They laughed and played, meeting some friendly faces like Mr. Wolf and Grampy Rabbit, who added to the fun. Every moment sparkled with joy as they shared food and stories by the water. Soon, Peppa's family found themselves in beautiful Italy, where they met a merry friend named Senor Goat. Together, they were ready to explore the charming village and sightsee. Every twist and turn of the cobbled streets promised new adventures waiting to unfold. Peppa couldn't contain her excitement for pizza. She loved that scrumptious Italian dish, which made her think of all the delicious moments shared with her family. Together, they rolled up their sleeves and enjoyed the fun of cooking, creating happy memories filled with laughter in the kitchen. Before leaving Italy, Peppa's family decided to send a postcard to their beloved fish, Goldie. They wanted to show her how much they cared and remind everyone that it's important to stay connected with loved ones, even when you're off on a grand adventure. As the vacation continued, Peppa and her family thought about Goldie back home. They showed how responsible and caring they were for their pet, ensuring that she wouldn't feel lonely while they were away. Their love for Goldie reminded everyone that family means looking out for each other. One magical day, Peppa and her friends discovered the joy of spending time together over watching TV. They ventured to the aquarium, where they were filled with excitement, learning about fish, starfish, and even a curious seahorse. It was a day where real-life adventures became the most fun of all. At the aquarium, the children spotted different kinds of fish swimming gracefully. They giggled at the sight of a rabbitfish and marveled at the wonders of the underwater world. Each splash and bubble filled their hearts with curiosity about the amazing creatures that called the ocean home. As they splashed through their adventures, Goldie also had her own special journey. She searched for a new friend. This journey showed how friendships can blossom in the most surprising places. All along, they discovered that the magic of companionship can be found wherever you look. But oh no, things turned a bit wobbly when the characters found themselves lost at sea. Panic filled the air, but they remembered to stay calm. This adventure taught them that even when things get a little scary, staying cool-headed is important to find their way back to safety. Amidst the chaos, funny moments kept bubbling up, especially when food mishaps happened. Their playful banter filled the air with laughter, showcasing their fun-loving personalities. It was a delightful reminder that even in tricky situations, a good laugh can make everything better. At last, Captain Dog came to the rescue. What a hero! This illustrated the beauty of friendship and how the community comes together to help one another. They all learned that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places, especially during tough times. Then came the thrilling ski lift experience, bringing the family to new heights. Even if some family members felt a little wobbly about heights, their excitement grew with each inch higher. The stunning views from above made the whole adventure feel like a dream come true. Madame Gazelle, a wonderful teacher, showed the children how to ski safely and have fun on the slopes. They giggled and tried their best, and each lesson brought them closer together, making learning to ski a precious bonding time for the whole family. Suddenly, Mommy Pig surprised everyone with her skiing skills. She glided across the slopes with joy, proving that with practice, anyone can shine. Her excitement inspired the whole family, and they all joined in, ready to create wonderful memories as they laughed and skied together. Once upon a time, there were some cheerful children who loved to play. At first, they found themselves drawn to the grown-up games instead of the baby ones. They wanted to show everyone that they were super mature and ready for big adventures. This change in their choices showed how they were growing up and discovering new interests. One sunny day, they played the delightful yes-no game. Peppa was so clever as she cleverly dodged saying yes or no. The excitement filled the air as they challenged each other in this tricky game, all while giggling and having fun together. After playing, the children took a break to chill out and chat about their favorite music. It was a time for sharing their personalities and unique tastes. This sweet moment reminded them how special it is to express themselves and celebrate who they are among friends. Now, let's talk about something magical, storytelling. It plays a super important role in helping children grow. Storytime helps them explore their creativity, dive into exciting adventures, and understand different points of view. These wonderful tales spark curiosity and make children fall in love with reading. In their adventures, the characters learned a big lesson about responsibility. They made sure to return borrowed books just on time. Teaching children about being responsible helps them build great habits and become fantastic friends to everyone around them. One day, they organized a fun run event to raise money for fixing their school roof. It was a big surprise for everyone to see how the community came together, showing support and teamwork. Celebrating with friends while being active brought them even closer. During the event, Pedro got to be the train driver for a little while. How exciting! Even though he felt a bit uncomfortable, with the help of his friends, he learned the magic of teamwork and felt included in the fun. They all worked together, making it a special day. As they waited for an important crossing, the children learned about signals too. This made them smarter about train safety and all the rules for transportation. This little lesson added a dash of learning to their thrilling adventure. When Goldie the pet fish visited the vet, it was a big moment. They learned how important it is to take care of pets and ensure they're feeling their best. This visit taught them about empathy and responsibility, encouraging all the young viewers to be kind caregivers. Next, the adventure continued as Peppa and her family went to the supermarket. They discovered that everyday activities could be just as much fun as grand adventures. Shopping turned into a thrilling outing for everyone in Teddy Playgroup. Peppa's family got creative when they decided to stick photos on trees. What a clever idea! This fun approach helped the community in the search for Teddy, showing how teamwork and creativity can solve problems together. At the end of the day, Peppa reflected on all the exciting events that happened after finding Teddy. It reminded them that even when things don't go as planned, those little bumps can lead to the most memorable experiences and joyful adventures. Meanwhile, Mr. Bull had a little problem to explain about a broken water pipe. He talked about how they needed to dig up the road to fix it. Turning off the water and making repairs was all part of the process, which was quite a big job. Finally, when Peppa and her friends arrived at the playground, they found a magical sand pit waiting for them. They dived into imaginative play, showing how important it is for children to use their creativity and enjoy each other's company while having loads of fun. As they played, George expressed his excitement about construction equipment like diggers and cranes. His fascination with heavy machinery was infectious, reminding everyone how learning through play can be filled with joy and wonder. Then, something funny happened as the idea of a secret club popped up. The children giggled, showcasing their playful imagination and desire to create something special. Their discussion highlighted how much fun it can be to invite everyone to join in. Peppa and her friends couldn't help but chat about baby Alexander's noisy behavior. They explored their curious feelings about babies and what it's like to take care of younger siblings. It was an exciting topic for all of them. As Peppa carefully fed Alexander, she learned the importance of patience and creativity. Using the aeroplane method made it a fun challenge. This showed how children can adapt and find clever ways to care for little ones. Peppa's experience of being a chatterbox brought so much joy. It highlighted the value of expressing herself and the happiness it creates in friendships, reminding them that communication is key to staying close to one another. When Peppa and her friends visited Pedro in the hospital, it was a heartwarming moment. They showed empathy and support, proving how friendship can make tough situations feel much lighter and more manageable. With laughter and joy, Peppa and her friends enjoyed their playful nature. Their fun-filled interactions emphasized how laughter can help them tackle obstacles and strengthen their bond. They made wonderful memories together. As they learned how to mend boats, Grumpy Rabbit shared that it takes years to get really good at it. He highlighted how hands-on experience is super important in fixing boats, which was an exciting lesson for all the children to remember. Grumpy Rabbit even collected scrap metal to use as resources for repairs. This clever idea showed the children the importance of recycling and how discarded items can be transformed creatively into something new. The excitement reached a peak when they finally tested the repaired boat. The joy of learning through play filled the air as the characters celebrated their success and had a fantastic time on the river together. Once upon a time, Chloe was super excited to show her friends Peppa and George her brand new puppet theater. She invited them to create their own funny puppets. What a fun way to let their creativity and wild imaginations run free. They giggled and laughed as they began to make the silliest puppets ever. Later, during lunchtime, Andy Pig brought out a yummy plate of spaghetti. As everyone sat around the table, the adults started sharing funny stories from when they were kids. It was like they were all magically transported back in time, reminding everyone how special family memories can be. The puppet show began, and oh boy, it was filled with giggles and chuckles. Uncle Pig was particularly funny, making silly faces and cracking jokes as he interacted with the children. They all enjoyed the delightful moments together, proving just how much fun storytelling can be when shared with loved ones. After the wonderful puppet show, everyone helped tidy up, but guess what? The moment they finished, the children couldn't wait to jump back into playtime. Their laughter filled the room, showing just how quickly things can go from neat and tidy to loud and chaotic. It was a delightful reminder of the pure joy of being a child. Now, let me tell you about Daddy Pig. He decided to try fixing things around the house all by himself, which turned out to be quite the funny adventure. His efforts led to some silly mishaps, reminding everyone that home maintenance can be a little unpredictable and very humorous at times. The family soon decided to go on a fun outing to the beach. They knew how important it is to be prepared for outdoor adventures, so everyone could stay safe and have a blast. Peppa and George splashed around in the waves, showing their love for exploring and playing in the sun. While at the beach, Peppa and George worked together to build the biggest and best sandcastle ever. This teamwork was amazing to see. Not only did they learn how to collaborate, but they also solved problems together, making it an exciting part of their beach day. Family time is super important, and one day they almost forgot about Daddy Pig. Can you believe it? This little surprise showed everyone how much they need to pay attention to each other and how caring they can be. It's always nice to make sure everyone feels included. Back at home, Peppa's imaginative adventures continued with a magical tea party in her dollhouse. She invited George to join in the fun, helping to spread creativity and social skills through their playful activities. They giggled as they poured pretend tea for their doll friends. Then came a fun race with Grandpa Pig and Grandad Dog, filled with laughter and playful banter. It was so delightful to watch how friendly competition can bring joy among friends. They were all having such a great time together. But oh no, when Grandpa Pig's boat ran out of petrol during the race, it made everyone stop and think. They realized that sometimes playing together means facing challenges and the importance of teamwork, too. Everyone had to pitch in to help each other out. After their little adventure, Grandpa Pig and Grandad Dog exchanged sweet apologies. This beautiful moment taught everyone the importance of saying sorry and how it helps keep friendships strong and happy. One sunny day, Peppa received a brand new dress for her beloved Teddy. She was so excited to share the joy of gift giving with her friends. This magical moment reminded everyone how wonderful it is to share happiness with those we care about. Then it was time for Peppa's birthday party. Her friends arrived, filling the air with laughter and smiles. Each friend brought a little spark to the festivities, making the celebration feel even more magical and joyous. At the party, Daddy Pig surprised everyone with a marvelous magic show. He performed silly tricks that made everyone giggle and clap. It was a fantastic way to sprinkle some creativity and imagination on this special day. Setting up a tent for camping became a fun family adventure. Everyone worked together, laughing and cheering as they figured out how to set it up just right. Teamwork made it so much more enjoyable. As they collected sticks for a cozy campfire, Peppa and George had the best time helping their parents while enjoying the beautiful outdoors. Gathering sticks turned into an exciting treasure hunt for everyone. One night while camping, they listened to the soft sounds of nature, the chirping crickets and hooting owls. These magical nighttime sounds made the camping experience even more special, helping Peppa and George appreciate the wonders of nature. Peppa loved dressing up as a fairy princess, while George transformed into a roaring dinosaur. They had the most colorful and fun costumes. All their friends were invited to join in the dress-up fun. During the party, Peppa played the role of a judge to find the best costume. It was a joy to see everyone having a blast with the fun competition and celebrating their friendship together. One day, the excitement of discovering dinosaur bones made George's imagination soar. It was incredible how much wonder kids have for dinosaurs, leading them on playful adventures filled with dinosaur-themed fun. But oh dear, Peppa and George felt a little sad when the bright, sunny weather dried up their favorite muddy puddles. But they didn't let that stop their fun. Instead, they made the most of it by splashing around in a paddling pool, creating new joyful memories. And what's a hot day without ice cream? Yum! The family enjoyed delicious ice cream, sharing their favorite flavors while bonding together. These sweet moments added even more happiness to their summer adventures. Once upon a time, Daddy Pig was preparing for a fun trip with his family. He reminded everyone to pack only the essential items, just what they really needed. This was a great way to teach everyone about prioritizing what's important during their adventure. As Peppa soared high in the sky on an airplane, she felt a rush of excitement. She looked out the window to see fluffy white clouds below her. This magical view sparked her curiosity about flying and exploring new places far away. During their travels, Peppa and her family met lots of wonderful people from different cultures. Sometimes, they found it tricky to chat in Italian, and they giggled at their mix-ups. This showed them just how important it is to understand and appreciate the beautiful differences in everyone around them. The trip to the museum was full of excitement. Peppa and her friends couldn't wait to learn about dinosaurs and history. They bounced around with joy, making learning become a super fun adventure that everyone enjoyed. Now, let's not forget about Pedro. He has a funny habit of being late, which makes for some giggly moments. His late arrivals often add a sprinkle of suspense to the fun trips they all take together. One sunny day, Peppa and her family hopped into a boat for some fun on the lake. Rowing together brought them closer, and they laughed as they worked as a team. They learned that outdoor adventures are even more special when shared with loved ones. But wait! The characters noticed there wasn't enough wind to sail their boat. They scratched their heads, learning how important the wind is to keep the sailboats moving. It was a funny moment as they figured it out together. Then came the thrilling moment of a race. Everyone pedaled their hearts out, cheering each other on. Teamwork helped them win, and the excitement of victory made them jump for joy. Soon after, building and racing toy cars became their next big adventure. With bright imaginations, they worked together and had a blast, showing how creativity can turn a simple game into an amazing experience. One delightful day, during a picnic in the park, all their friends gathered around. Sharing delicious food made their hearts feel warm and fuzzy as they laughed and enjoyed each other's company, proving that friendship makes everything more fun. Then, Grandpa Pig shared his love for night animals with Peppa and George. He told them fascinating stories about how different creatures behave at night. This wonderful lesson opened their eyes to the amazing diversity of wildlife around them. With big smiles, the children started a pretend adventure, imagining a desert island. They made plans to create their very own paradise. Through this imaginative play, they discovered just how powerful their creativity could be. As they built their island, colorful roads, charming houses, and tall trees sprang to life from their imaginations. Each idea added to their beautiful creation, celebrating the magic of playtime. But oh no! They needed to find water to keep their island thriving. The friends worked together to explore all sorts of pretend solutions, teaching them how teamwork can help solve any problems during their play. Suddenly, Mr. Fox joined in on the fun, bringing along a pretend flag. His contributions sparked even more creativity, showing everyone how sharing and collaborating can make playtime extra special and full of joy. Next, it was time for skiing lessons. On the gentle baby slope, Peppa and her friends learned to push off and stop using their sticks. It was a delightful way to begin their exciting journey into the world of skiing. Madame Gazelle, their ski teacher, dazzled everyone with her amazing skiing skills. She inspired the children to practice and build their confidence, showing them that with a little hard work, they can achieve great things. To everyone's surprise, Mummy Pig zipped down the mountain super fast. She reminded everyone that even if you take a break from skiing, you can always jump back in and have a thrilling time. At the aquarium, Peppa was thrilled to see so many colorful fish. She was on a mission to find a buddy for her pet fish, Goldie. She spotted lots of small fish, but none seemed just right. While exploring, they bumped into Candy Cat's family, who were also giggling at the fish. They shared their favorite moments from the aquarium, showing that it's even more fun than watching TV. Just when Peppa thought she wouldn't find a friend for Goldie, she discovered that her other pet goldfish, Ginger, could be the perfect companion. This joyful moment brought a smile to Goldie, helping her feel less lonely. Peppa also learned how to make perfume with lovely natural ingredients like flowers and water. This magical process sparked her imagination and excited her senses. Then, Grandpa Pig introduced all sorts of delightful herbs and their wonderful scents. He taught Peppa and George how these plants can be used in both cooking and making perfumes, adding even more magic to the world of fragrances. But George, being his silly self, preferred the scent of muddy puddles. This made everyone giggle and showed just how unique everyone's preferences can be, adding some humor to what we think of as perfume. Once upon a time, Grandpa Pig arrived on his trusty little boat, sailing through the floodwaters. With a twinkle in his eye, he showed everyone how to be resourceful and creative during tough times. Like a great team, they all joined together to gather what they needed for their shopping adventure, proving that family support makes challenges easier. Then came a fun twist as they talked about world records. Daddy Pig proudly shared stories of his amazing puddle jumping feats, inspiring his friends to jump higher and splash wider. It was all about friendly competition, encouraging everyone to do their best and cheering each other on in their little jumping contests. And there was laughter when Grandpa Pig showed how he used Daddy Pig's old boots for gardening. There's nothing like a little bit of humor to teach us about recycling. They discovered that reusing old items could lead to creative solutions full of fun and surprises. Next, Dr. Hamster arrived to share some important lessons about taking good care of pets. She told the children that to keep a pet happy and healthy, they needed to provide lots of love, food, and play. The children listened eagerly, ready to learn all about their furry and scaly friends. As they chatted about pets, they met Binky the Bucci. The children discussed all the needs of different pets like food, water, and exercise. It was a wonderful opportunity for them to learn how important it is to take care of their beloved animal pals. Suddenly, a little trouble arose when Tiddles the tortoise decided to go on an adventure and escaped. But fear not, for teamwork came to the rescue. The children quickly gathered their friends, working together to find Tiddles and make sure he was safe. It was a beautiful reminder of how friends can help when there's a problem. Meanwhile, the children giggled as they played fun games like hide and seek and sardines. These games helped them bond and think together, using their problem-solving skills to find each other. It was all about having fun, working as a team, and making wonderful memories. Amid all the laughter, music filled the air. The children danced and sang together, their hearts happy and light. Through songs and rhythms, they not only had fun but also discovered new ways to express their feelings and strengthen their friendships. In another corner, the children got artistic. They took some soft clay and began making a beautiful tea set. With each squish and roll, they learned how important patience and craftsmanship are while having a blast with their hands. The children brought their tea set to life, painting it in bright, cheerful colors. Each stroke of their brushes revealed their unique artistic talents, letting their imaginations soar and allowing them to express themselves in the most colorful and creative ways. During their lively tea party, they played a game of musical statues. Everyone laughed and moved while trying to freeze in funny poses when the music stopped. These fun games not only made everyone giggle but also helped them build their social skills and enjoy some friendly competition. At the party, the older helpers watched over the little ones. This was a great lesson in responsibility. They learned how important it is to look after each other and work as a team during their fun activities. Then came a thrilling rescue mission. When Daddy Pig needed help, Miss Rabbit swooped in with her helicopter. Everyone cheered as they worked together to make sure he was safe. This exciting adventure showed how much fun it can be to work together as friends. Soon after, the children decided to form a secret club. It was a place where their imagination took flight. With secret words and fun missions, they created a world full of adventure, helping them feel a sense of belonging and excitement. Peppa and her friends let their imaginations run wild. They transformed ordinary situations into thrilling adventures, using role-play to explore new ideas and foster their social skills. Each day brought new opportunities for creative fun. In one of their favorite games, they pretended to cross a crocodile swamp. With big smiles and loud giggles, they faced their fears and jumped from one safe spot to another, showing how imaginative play can boost their confidence and allow creativity to flow. As they swiftly swung across the swamp, they crawled under a giant dinosaur. What a wild adventure! Their journeys took them across many exciting situations, and each new play activity helped them grow and develop in wonderful ways. Then, one day, an unexpected snowfall changed their plans. Instead of a sunny beach trip, they decided to build snow castles. With giggles all around, they showed how flexible and resourceful they could be in the face of surprises. The thrill of playing hide and seek on Pirate Island was next. The children's laughter echoed as they imagined exploring hidden treasures and secret caves. Their creativity led them to find endless ways to have fun together. As they played, Grampy Rabbit's lighthouse stood tall, guiding them safely home through the fog. It was more than just a building. It was a symbol of safety and an important reminder to navigate carefully through all kinds of adventures. Through every adventure, the children felt the warmth of friendship and teamwork. They learned that by helping each other, they made every day a little brighter and much more fun. But one day, Mummy Pig had a little accident while climbing a tree. It reminded everyone how important it is to be careful while having fun. Her little tumble served as a gentle reminder for all the little adventurers to prioritize safety while playing. Peppa and her friends, with their wild imaginations, drew funny connections between Mummy Pig's mishap and the story of Sleeping Beauty. They laughed and played, showing how storytelling and creative thinking could turn any situation into a playful adventure. And finally, the scene was full of teamwork once more as Daddy Pig used pruning shears to help rescue Mummy Pig from a pesky branch. Together, the family showed that when they joined forces, they could face any challenge and overcome it with love and laughter. Once upon a time, a group of brave little friends grabbed their shiny torches and set off on a spooky adventure, eager to search for ghosts. The soft beams of light danced around them, adding to the thrill of the mysterious night. With adventurous hearts, they giggled and squealed, pushing away any fears that tried to creep in. As Peppa and her friends ventured through various cozy rooms, they encountered playful surprises hiding in the shadows. Instead of meeting scary ghosts, their imagination transformed the spooky night into a delightful adventure full of laughter and joy. When the lights flickered back on, Peppa's excitement zoomed from ghost hunting to the colorful world of pumpkin decorating. She twinkled with joy, ready to express her creative spirit. The night wrapped up with a lovely sleepover with her friends, filled with whispers and giggles. At the fancy dress shop, Peppa and her buddy Susie were buzzing with excitement as they tried on all sorts of wacky costumes. They giggled and twirled, hoping to find the perfect outfit for Halloween, just bursting with creativity and fun. Back at home, Peppa's family got their crafty hands busy making their own spooky costumes from leftover bits and pieces. It was a wonderful way to show resourcefulness. Peppa felt so proud of her unique monster costume that she created herself. Later on, the fun continued as they whipped up some tasty Halloween treats. They made decorated cupcakes that sparkled with frosting and colors. Peppa even came up with a silly idea for green spaghetti and purple garlic bread, showcasing their playful spirit and creativity. Then, Daddy Pig took the lead, introducing a magical Halloween trick by coloring their food. He made the spaghetti a bright green and the bread a deep purple, showing how a sprinkle of creativity can transform ordinary meals into festive delights. In their playful world, Peppa and her friends hopped aboard a treasure train filled with imaginary treasures like sparkly broccoli. This fun adventure showed everyone how children can use their imagination to create exciting stories and scenarios. The playtime fun didn't stop there. Peppa and her friend Danny pretended to be brave police officers on a mission to chase mischievous robbers. This thrilling role-playing not only entertained them but also taught them important lessons about teamwork and solving problems together. One day, Peppa and George visited the doctor, where George felt a little nervous about his health checkup. But Peppa reassured him, saying that doctors are there to make sure he feels happy and healthy, a comforting thought. At the fun fair, Peppa and George giggled their way through a wobbly funhouse, bursting with silly mirrors and exciting activities. Each twist and turn brought peals of laughter and a treasure trove of unforgettable moments. As the stars twinkled outside, Peppa's family settled down for bedtime. With sleepy heads and cozy blankets, they listened to a very long and enchanting story that drifted them off into dreamland, reminding everyone of how special bedtime routines can be. Meanwhile, Peppa and her friends explored creative ways to calm a little restless dinosaur, like reading bedtime stories and playing soothing music. They faced some funny challenges along the way, turning the task into a laugh-filled adventure. The children engaged in imaginative play, sharing their dreams of future jobs as a dentist, a bus driver, and more. It was a delightful showcase of their big aspirations and bubbling creativity. On another adventure, Peppa and George visited a bright and colorful toy shop where they could create their own toys. It was a wonderful way for them to express themselves and let their imaginations run wild. In a fun activity, the characters had to match juice flavors with the corresponding colors on their cartons. This interactive challenge not only encouraged them to learn about flavors and colors, but also sparked their creativity. In the playgroup, Peppa and her friends tasted various juices, delighting in flavors like zesty orange and sweet apple. This friendly tasting adventure filled them with excitement and encouraged their adventurous spirits to try new things. The story also took them to an exciting air show, where Peppa and her family watched hot air balloons and flying blimps float through the sky. The colorful show filled their day with excitement and wonder as they marveled at the different aircraft and what they could do. Together, the group worked as a team to cross a balance beam without tumbling down. They encouraged each other through giggles and cheers, showing how teamwork makes balancing even more fun. In the final room, they stumbled upon a tricky puzzle that needed clever thinking to solve. Fortunately, Edmund, with his puzzle-solving skills, led the group through the challenge successfully, bringing smiles all around. To wrap up their exciting day, they hopped into a go-kart race, where they learned how to steer and control their speedy little carts. The thrill of the race brought endless giggles and joy, adding a sprinkle of friendly competition to their fun-filled adventure. Once upon a time, the children dressed up as all sorts of exciting characters. There were brave knights, magical wizards, and so many more. This fun role-playing helped them dive into their imaginations, exploring new worlds and letting their creativity shine. One sunny day, Peppa and her friends were on a daring mission to rescue Teddy from a mischievous goblin. They worked together as a team, coming up with clever plans and ideas, which made their friendship even stronger as they laughed and played. As they played, the group imagined themselves on a thrilling cinematic adventure. The story came alive, showing everyone how wonderful it is to share tales and have fun experiences together, sparking their imaginations and creating new dreams. In their next exciting game, the friends decided to be mermaids swimming in the sparkling ocean. They giggled and splashed around, filled with joy as they acted out their underwater adventure, showing just how creative and playful they could be. Peppa and Susie showed their friends just how important it is to be patient as they waited for an oyster to open its shell. Their determination taught them all a valuable lesson. Sometimes, the best rewards come to those who wait and keep trying. Their imaginative play didn't stop there. The children pretended to drive a treasure train and even took on the roles of brave police officers. It was amazing to see how they created fun stories and exciting scenarios together, having the time of their lives. Little George had a big idea. He wanted to be a dinosaur and imagined a world where dinosaurs could have delightful adventures just like him. This wonderful fantasy showed how children's dreams help them understand the world around them. Peppa thought about all sorts of different jobs, like being a dentist. This reminded everyone how important it is to take care of our health and hygiene. It was incredible how much kids could learn and grow through their role-playing adventures. In a magical game called Giants in Toyland, Peppa and her friend teamed up to help others, showing how teamwork can solve problems. This special activity brought everyone closer together, creating a wonderful sense of community and friendship among the children. One day, Peppa and her friends enjoyed a funny twist on the classic tale of Rapunzel. Instead of a witch, a silly evil sunflower was the one causing trouble. This creative spin added loads of giggles and fun to their storytelling. Peppa and her buddies learned all about the power of teamwork and friendship as they joined forces to rescue the princess. Their play reminded them just how great it is to work together and support one another in every adventure. One magical day, a night train took Peppa's family on an exciting journey to the seaside. They explored new places and discovered the thrill of new adventures together, showcasing the joy of exploring and experiencing life. Miss Rabbit brought a fun surprise to the group: yoga. She explained how joyful and relaxing it can be, encouraging everyone to join in and find their zen while having a good time with friends. As the class giggled and wiggled, they tried poses like cobra and downward dog. Peppa and her friends showed off their amazing stretching skills, while the grown-ups found it a bit trickier. Each funny pose helped everyone relax and feel great. Miss Rabbit cheered everyone on, reminding Peppa that yoga is all about having fun. Laughter filled the air, teaching them that relaxation can be an enjoyable adventure when shared with friends. Toy shopping became a delightful outing for Peppa, Susie, Daddy Pig, and George. They buzzed with excitement as they picked out special gifts, strengthening their bond and creating happy memories together. Peppa and Susie put on their detective hats as they played police officers, solving the mystery of a missing pen. This imaginative game helped them sharpen their problem-solving skills while having a blast together. Next, the children built an amazing pillow fort, showcasing their creativity and resourcefulness. They worked together, laughing and exploring their cozy creation, which made their playtime even more special. Every child took part in their royal pretend play, where they all became kings and queens. Each character brought their unique flair to the fun, making the experience even more enjoyable for everyone. Taking photos was an essential part of their adventure, capturing all those wonderful moments. With a camera and a phone in hand, they found different ways to document their joy and laughter. Finally, Peppa's magic show dazzled everyone with creativity and imagination. The kids performed playful tricks, turning learning into entertainment and sharing their amazing talents, filling the air with giggles and joy. On one sunny day, Polly the parrot felt a little dizzy during a boat trip and became seasick. Oh no! But Peppa and George were quick on their feet. They rushed to help their feathered friend and decided to find a nearby island where Polly could rest and feel better. It was a perfect example of how friends stick together during tough times. Meanwhile, Daddy Pig was busy too. He heard that some little ducklings were stuck on a roof. Oh dear! With a bit of clever thinking, Peppa used her quacking skills to lead them back to their mother safely. How brave she was! It showed everyone that being a leader means helping those in need. As the families chatted, they learned that Mommy Rabbit was going to have a baby. Excitement filled the air, and the children started tossing around creative baby names. Each suggestion brought giggles and joy as they celebrated the idea of a new little friend joining their wonderful world. What happiness to look forward to! When the twins finally arrived, Peppa's family and friends felt their hearts swell with joy. The community felt like a big, happy family, all celebrating the beautiful new lives that had come into the world. It was a moment of pure happiness that strengthened their bonds even more. On a colorful autumn day, Peppa and her friends danced joyfully among the falling leaves. Their laughter echoed through the crisp air, reminding everyone of the innocence of childhood. They played tag, made piles of leaves, and cherished each moment spent together outside, enjoying the beauty of nature and friendship. One day, a little tortoise named Tiddles found himself in a bit of a jam. But Peppa and her friends were not about to give up. They worked together like a team, solving challenges and showing what it means to be a friend. Their determination shone bright like a star in the sky as they all helped their friend during his time of need. As they brainstormed ideas to help Tiddles, the family thought about using a stick to grab the keys that had fallen into the drain. But oh no, the stick wasn't long enough. This little problem led them to think outside the box and look for other clever solutions, reminding them that sometimes teamwork is the best way to tackle a challenge. Just then, Mr. Bull and his friend came along and offered to help with their big crane. How exciting! With their strong machines and teamwork, they showed how wonderful it is to have a community that comes together to solve problems. Everyone cheered. feeling grateful for their friends who were always ready to lend a helping hoof. Even though Mr. Bull tried his best with the crane, the keys were still stuck. Oh dear. So, they decided to dig up the road a little to find the keys. Although it caused a bit of a mess, everyone kept their spirits high, showing that even unexpected changes can lead to new adventures and fun stories to tell. In the heart of Peppa's adventures was a magical wishing well. It sparkled like a treasure and filled Peppa's imagination with dreams. The well was a special place where wishes could come true, and the characters loved to gather around, tossing in coins and making their wishes with glee. Granny Pig believed in the magic of the wishing well too. Her stories made Peppa's eyes shine with excitement. It was lovely to see how the idea of magic filled their hearts with hope and joy, reminding all the little ones that believing in something special can spark a little magic in their own lives. Peppa's whimsical wish for cheerful gnomes to decorate her garden showed everyone just how much kids love to imagine and create. With colorful ideas and playful thoughts, they learned that everyone can add their own special touch to their surroundings, making every playtime an adventure of creativity and fun. Once upon a time, Daddy Pig remembered the days of his childhood when he would joyfully bounce on a jumping stick. Oh, how exciting it was! He could hardly contain his happiness as he thought about all the fun he had. But oh dear, his first few tries turned into funny little accidents that made everyone giggle. One sunny day, Peppa and her friends decided to give the jumping stick a try too. They all gathered around, ready for some bouncing fun. As they hopped and laughed, they learned that practice makes perfect. Each silly jump brought bursts of laughter, creating a cheerful atmosphere that filled the air. But after all that bouncing, Peppa discovered something even more fun. Jumping in muddy puddles was the best of all. She shared her thoughts with everyone, reminding them that sometimes the simplest things in life bring us the greatest joy. And oh, what joy it was when they found trampolines at the park. Peppa and her friends bounced high into the air, their faces lighting up with excitement. Even the grown-ups joined in the fun, and together, they made wonderful memories, bonding over the delightful experience of bouncing. But wait! A funny adventure unfolded when Mummy Pig had a little mishap and got her tummy stuck in a tree. How silly! The whole family cheered as they called for Miss Rabbit to help. This moment showed everyone how working together as a team is super important. At Monkey Trees, Daddy Pig was feeling a bit scared because he was up high. But with his family's love and encouragement, he bravely faced his fear. It was a wonderful reminder that we can overcome challenges when we have the support of those we care about. Now, at this special moment, Daddy Pig was on a quest for his magical golden boots. These boots were said to bring good luck, and he needed them for the muddy puddle jump. Everyone knew that having a little bit of luck could make a big difference. As the day continued, excitement bubbled in the air. The family and friends gathered together, all eager to watch Daddy Pig's grand jump into the muddy puddle. The cheers and encouragement surrounded him, and the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. With a big leap and an even bigger splash, Daddy Pig jumped in a way no one expected. The result was a hearty round of laughter as everyone got drenched. It was the kind of playful fun that brought them all closer together. And you know what else is fun? Skateboarding. Peppa and her friends learned that sometimes you might fall, but that's just part of learning something new. They wore their safety gear to keep them safe, reminding everyone that it's always important to be careful while having fun. In a big swimming pool, George was about to have his first water adventure. With his family cheering him on, he felt brave and excited. It was a perfect moment filled with joy, showing how families help each other try new things. Then came Mummy Pig's incredible parachute jump. It was a big challenge, but with her family's unwavering support, she found the courage to leap into the sky for a good cause. It showed everyone how love from family can help us conquer our fears. At the park, Peppa and her friends had a delightful time playing with cheerful ducks. The children called out to the quacking little creatures, their hearts filled with joy as they watched the ducks waddle and splash about. The bouncy tree was another fantastic place where Peppa and George bounced together, their laughter ringing out like music. It was a wonderful reminder of how important playtime and physical activity are for kids, filling their hearts with happiness. All around the park, muddy puddles were waiting for Peppa and her friends to jump in. They splashed and giggled, cherishing the simple pleasure of playing outside together. Nothing could beat the joy of being in nature. But there were challenges too. Climbing a big hill took lots of effort, and the family worked together to encourage one another. Even when they felt tired, they kept pushing on, showing how teamwork helps us reach our goals. When they finally reached the top, oh, what a view it was! Peppa and her family gazed in awe, taking in the beauty all around them. Their hard work had truly paid off, and it was such a wonderful adventure. The fun didn't stop there. With giggles and shouts, they rolled down the hill together, feeling the thrill of laughter and joy in their hearts. What a delightful way to celebrate their family time outdoors. Just when you thought the day was over, Mr. Bull and his friends came to the rescue when a mishap caused some car keys to go missing. With teamwork and quick thinking, they saved the day, teaching everyone the importance of friends during tough times. After all that park fun, Peppa's family was ready for a new adventure. This time, in a canoe. Their excitement sparkled as they paddled together, showing just how much fun exploring new places can be. Along the way, they met some amusing characters like Mrs. Crocodile and Mr. Lion. Each encounter was filled with laughter and surprises, illustrating how wonderful it is to make unexpected friends during adventures. As they paddled down the river, everyone cheered and supported one another, strengthening their friendship. It was a joyful canoe trip filled with excitement, laughter, and memories that would last a lifetime. But oh dear, Peppa and her family faced a big challenge when they had to paddle against a flowing river. It took lots of teamwork and determination, teaching them the value of perseverance while having fun outdoors. Then, Miss Rabbit arrived in her helicopter. What a thrilling addition to their adventure. She brought even more excitement, showing how new experiences can draw families closer together. Back at home, Peppa's family faced a little chaos while washing their clothes, and oh my goodness, their shirts turned bright pink. They all shared a hearty laugh, realizing that sometimes mistakes can be funny and lead to joyful moments. In the middle of a football game, Daddy Pig got muddy and had the best time ever. Peppa cheered as they enjoyed the joy of playing together. It showed everyone how much fun sports can be while bringing friends and family closer. Next, Daddy Pig taught Peppa and her friends how to play basketball. They all worked as a team, eagerly watching the excitement build as they faced off against their parents. It was a fun-filled competition that brought everyone together. In their first experiment, the children tried to lift Madame Gazelle. It was so much fun as they learned about weight and teamwork. They realized it took 3 little friends to lift her, giggling together in their adventure. Then, they decided to build a tower of blocks. They learned about stability, figuring out that larger blocks should go on the bottom. It was a fun way to discover balance and how to make things stand tall. One day, they created a big muddy puddle together, mixing all sorts of materials. It was a fun science experiment that showed them how mixing things can lead to making concrete for their playground. Learning can be so exciting. Their adventure didn't stop there. They visited the supermarket, where they learned about shopping and paying at the checkout. It was a wonderful way for the children to relate to everyday activities they experience. As they discovered Teddy Playgroup using pictures, teamwork became super important. Peppa and her family worked together, showing how collaborating makes tasks so much easier and creates wonderful memories. Peppa smiled as she reflected on the day's adventures, highlighting how unexpected things can lead to excitement. It reminded everyone to embrace surprises, filling their lives with joy and happiness. And let's not forget the importance of following traffic signs. They help guide drivers on where to park safely. It's a friendly reminder that rules are here to keep everyone safe. When Miss Rabbit received a parking ticket, it brought giggles to all the children. It showed that even adults must follow rules, creating a fun lesson on responsibility and being accountable. Finally, Daddy Pig's home improvement project turned into a whirlwind of fun. Chaos erupted in the house, and everyone laughed heartily as they learned that sometimes DIY projects can lead to the most unexpected and funny surprises. Once upon a time, Peppa Pig was bubbling with excitement about the Tooth Fairy. She believed in this magical being who came to collect lost teeth, just like many children do. This special moment showed how kids often dream about magical adventures when they lose their teeth. One evening, before snuggling into bed, Peppa made sure to brush her teeth. This was not just a routine. It was an important lesson that taught children how essential it is to keep their teeth clean and healthy for bright and happy smiles. Meanwhile, little George wanted to stay awake to catch a glimpse of the Tooth Fairy. His curiosity mirrored what many children feel about magical experiences. This made everyone giggle, highlighting the innocent wonder that fills childhood days. On a sunny day, Peppa and her family were bouncing away in a bouncy castle. They loved playing together, which showed how important it is for families to bond over fun activities. Laughter filled the air as they jumped and played. But oh no! When they tried to leave, Peppa's family ran into car troubles. They had to borrow a new car, which taught them to be adaptable and reminded them that it's perfectly fine to ask for help from family. They worked together to solve the problem. Then came the exciting treasure hunt organized by Granny and Grandpa Pig. Peppa and George loved solving clues to find hidden treasures. It was not only thrilling, but it also showed them the joy of teamwork and using their brains to figure things out. As they followed a map that led them to apple trees, the thrill of exploration filled their hearts. Children everywhere loved the adventure of hunting for hidden treasures, and this day was no different for Peppa and George. Finally, they stumbled upon chocolate coins instead of shiny gold. What a delightful surprise it was. This moment reminded everyone that sometimes, even the simplest things can bring us the greatest joy and happiness. But not everything was perfect. Peppa didn't feel well one day and had to visit the doctor. This little adventure showed everyone just how important it is to take care of our health, even when we're busy having fun. One winter day, George found sticks to use as arms for their snowman, while Peppa gathered shiny stones for its eyes. Together, they crafted a happy snowman face, bursting with creativity and cheer. Peppa then found a bright orange carrot to give their snowman a nose. With that little touch, the snowman looked full of life. Isn't it amazing how a small detail can make something extra special? Next, their family dressed the snowman in cozy clothes to keep him snug and warm. This playful activity turned into a wonderful memory of building snowmen together, showing just how fun winter can be. In the kitchen, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig decided to show the children how to flip pancakes. It was a hilarious and playful family bonding experience, where everyone got to learn how to make the perfect pancake. The children cheered and jumped in to help. This not only highlighted the joy of cooking together as a family, but also helped them make lasting memories while learning from their parents. Then, the scene changed as Mummy and Daddy Pig prepared to go out for the evening, leaving Peppa and George with Granny and Grandpa Pig. This moment showed the trust and love that holds their family together. Excitedly, Peppa started to show off her ballet moves to her family. It was a joyful moment that reminded everyone of the happiness in learning new skills together, which is what loving families do. One sunny day, the family gathered for a delightful picnic. They spread out a cozy blanket and shared yummy food, showcasing the joy of being outdoors and the importance of spending quality time together. Then, suddenly, dark clouds gathered and a thunderstorm rolled in. Peppa's family learned how to face their fears and uncertainties by staying close together. It was a lesson in resilience, showing that family support is precious during challenging times. Soon after, Peppa decided to help George wash the family car. They giggled and splashed water everywhere. This moment showcased the fun that comes from working together on small tasks, filling their hearts with joy. However, George was not too keen on eating his vegetables. This led to a funny back-and-forth conversation about food preferences, which made everyone realize how picky eaters can be, just like many children. Then came a wonderful surprise birthday celebration for Mummy Pig. This special day emphasized just how important family traditions are and how magical it is to create special memories together. The children worked hard to prepare the surprise. They decorated the sitting room and organized a beautiful cake, showcasing the magical teamwork that makes family celebrations so much fun. Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig joined in on the celebration, making it even more special. Their presence illustrated how important extended family is in creating joyful memories during special occasions. Mommy Pig received lovely gifts like a beautiful dress and theater tickets. This reminded everyone how thoughtful presents can make someone feel truly special and loved on their birthday.